All right, let's step into the lab. Today, we are going to create one of the most incredible materials on Earth, aerogel. People call it frozen smoke, and for good reason. It's a solid that has properties that seem to, well, completely defy physics. Let's get right into it. So here's our game plan. We're going to start with the main challenge, the big problem we have to solve. Then we'll walk step by step through the gold standard recipe. We'll cover the really delicate sol gel process, and then the high-pressure magic of critical point drying. After all that, we'll check out our results and see how this stuff could literally change the future of solar energy. Okay, first things first, let's define the problem we're up against. The whole goal here is to make a material that's both crystal clear and strong enough to hold its own shake. But see, our biggest enemies are shrinkage and cracking. They're the two things that almost always happen when you try to dry a super delicate gel. So think about this. Here's the puzzle we're trying to solve. We have to remove all the liquid from a gel's tiny microscopic network, leaving just the solid silica skeleton behind. The problem is, the very act of drying creates these immense forces that just want to shatter that skeleton. So how do you get the liquid out without destroying the whole thing? You've basically got two ways to go here. There's ambient pressure drying. It's cheap, it's accessible, but you're going to end up with a product that's shrunken, cracked, and you can't see through it. Not what we want. For perfection, you need supercritical drying. Now, it's way more complex, and yeah, the equipment is expensive, but it gives you a stunningly transparent material with almost zero shrinkage. That right there is the gold standard, and that's the path we're taking today. So let's get to our blueprint. We're not just making any aerogel here. We are following the gold standard, a very specific two-stage catalyzed recipe that's designed to produce the absolute highest optical quality possible. And we are not just guessing our way through this. This method, it's built on foundational research in material science. You could call it the definitive process for making strong, crystal-clear aerogels that don't fall apart. Success in chemistry is all about precision, and here it all comes down to these exact molar ratios. We've got our silica source, TEOS. Ethanol is our solvent, water is there to kick off the reaction, and then, this is the key, two different catalysts. It's a two-part process. The acid gets in there and helps build long polymer chains, and then the base comes in to connect all those chains together and form the gel network. All right, let's head over to the lab bench. We are now officially in the wet chemistry phase. Everything we do from this point on is about carefully building that microscopic silica skeleton of our aerogel while it's all still suspended in liquid. Okay, time to start mixing. We kick things off with hydrolysis. We're going to stir the TEOS, ethanol, water, and our acid for about half an hour. Then, and you have to do this carefully, we add the base catalyst drop by drop, bringing that pH up to between 6 and 7. This is the moment that triggers the gelling. As soon as it's mixed, we pour it into a mold. You wait about an hour, maybe two, and that liquid will magically set into a solid, transparent alcohol. This two-stage process is just so elegant. The acid catalyst, its job is to form these long, linear polymer chains. That's what's going to give us that amazing transparency. Then, the base catalyst swoops in and acts like a crosslinker, connecting all those chains to build the rigid, three-dimensional network that makes up the final gel. Now listen up. Before you even think about drying this thing, there is a step you absolutely cannot skip. Aging. You're going to take your brand new gel and let it soak in pure ethanol for about 2 days. This process is what strengthens all the little connections inside the silica network. If you skip this, I guarantee you, your aerogel will shrink and shatter into dust when you try to dry it. It is completely non-negotiable. Okay. Our gel is aged, it's strengthened, and now we move on to the really high-tech part of all this. We've got to get all that ethanol out of that super delicate structure. The problem is, just letting it evaporate would cause it to collapse on itself instantly. So here's the physics dilemma. As any liquid evaporates, its surface tension creates these things called capillary forces, and they pull inward on the microscopic pores of the gel. For a structure as fragile as this one, those forces are gigantic, more than enough to just rip that silicon network to shreds. The only solution is to dry it in a way that creates absolutely zero surface tension. And the answer, believe it or not, lies in pushing our solvent into a totally unique state of matter, a supercritical fluid. See, if you take it beyond a specific temperature and pressure, what's called its critical point, the line between liquid and gas just disappears. It's not one or the other. And in that state, there is no surface, which means no surface tension. And that is the whole secret right there.
A supercritical fluid has zero surface tension. It just diffuses out of the gel's pores like a gas, leaving that delicate silicon network perfectly intact. No pulling, no stress, and best of all, no cracks.
So let's walk through the procedure. First, your gel goes into a high-pressure chamber called an autoclave. We'll flush it with liquid carbon dioxide for a few hours to swap out all the ethanol. Then we seal it up tight and slowly bring the temperature and pressure up, 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 past CO2's critical point. Once it's supercritical, we hold the temperature steady and very, very slowly vent the pressure. The CO2 turns directly into a gas and escapes, leaving our perfect aerogel behind. So, after all that careful chemistry and all that high-pressure physics, you finally get to open the autoclave. Let's take a look at the incredible piece of material we've just created. First off, its clarity is just stunning. It lets over 93% of visible light pass right through it. It looks almost invisible, but with this faint, beautiful blue tint. And that's not a mistake, it's called Rayleigh scattering. It's the exact same reason the sky is blue. Hey, remember our big enemy from the beginning? Shrinkage? Well, this is where all that careful work pays off. Thanks to the aging and the supercritical drying, our final product has shrunk by less than 5%. It has held its shape almost perfectly. And here it is, its most famous superpower, thermal insulation. I mean, with a thermal conductivity that's actually lower than still air, it's one of the best insulators ever made. Seriously, you could hold a blowtorch to one side of this stuff and comfortably touch the other side with your hand. It's amazing. So why does all this matter? I mean, this whole process isn't just a cool lab experiment. This exact material has the potential to completely revolutionize green energy, especially when it comes to making transparent insulation for solar thermal collectors. I mean, think about it. It's the perfect material for a solar collector. It's so transparent that sunlight passes right through it, just like glass. But, and this is the game changer, its incredible insulating power traps that heat inside, creating this really powerful greenhouse effect. And since it's practically weightless, it's so much easier to work with than huge, heavy glass panels. So there you have it, the gold standard for making a perfect monolithic, transparent aerogel. We've gone from a few simple chemicals to what really feels like a piece of the future. Now that you have the blueprint for making frozen smoke, the only real question left is, what impossible thing are you going to build?